Hello, this is Chad McCanna. Welcome to yet another episode of Involuntary Twitching, the series brought to you by our Patreon patrons at dkvine.com/Patreon or patreon.com/dkvine that essentially compels me, against my will, to stream all of my Twitch gaming, or all of my console gaming, that is. That's actually going to be buoyed a bit. Those horizons broadened because I'm now the recipient of a Retron 5 all-in-one gaming system. If you're unfamiliar with Retron, check out the Geek Critique review on it. But it allows you to play Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, and Game Boy Color games over HDMI, which is basically the requirement of my Elgato streaming and capture device. So we may be seeing some handheld titles in the near future on this series. But for now, let's finish Donkey Kong Country 2. As you can see, we got 56% through the game on our last 2-hour, 5-minute marathon. Let's see how we do. You know, obviously I'm going to try and complete the game today, but despite the fact that we are 6% ahead of the curve, it gets a bit difficult in the later stages. So we're deposited here because I think I was checking out I think it was just kind of meandering around the world map, but we should have completed with Crazy Kremland by this point. And of course, when you start a new file, or when you resume a file, it wipes out all of your Krem coins, or banana coins rather. So we can't hire the plane to get out of here. Let's see, where can I get to very quickly? I think in Glimmer's Galleon, in one of those secret rooms, they might have had some. Let's see what I can do. Okay. Oh, come on. Let's try room number 2. There we go. That's all we need. Alright, Funky, you mercenary. Yeah, mercenary. So yeah, Dixie has bested King Zing? Yes, King Zing Sting. I was thinking Queen Bee or King Zing. The male half of the Zinger monarchy has been bested. So we start now in Gloomy Gulch with Ghostly Grove. This is a brand new level archetype. We were introduced to those cloaks earlier, but here you're really rewarded for waiting behind and kind of watching their patterns, see what they do. In some cases, it's just like this. They go back and forth. But every now and then, you'll get a little treat for paying attention. Also introduced are the ghost ropes, which are the unique feature of this stage, as in many other Donkey Kong Country levels. Oh, no. Gotta shake off the rust a bit. And not try and narrate so incessantly. Actually focus on playing the damn game. Yeah, so as you know, most Donkey Kong Country stages throughout the series, even when Retro Studios took it over, one of the hallmarks is the fact that every stage, you know, while they are all constructed on a grid that they disguise very well, they are less the Mario-style obstacle course as kind of a natural environment that you're going through, and just like most natural environments, there are unique features to each stage. In this case, it's those ghostly ropes, which I think put a bit of a strain on the system's CPU. In a bit, you'll see some frames dropped on their animation cycle. That is, of course, if the Retron actually just, you know, renders everything the same way that the original hardware did. I'm not quite sure about that, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm attempting, by the way, to 100% this. So far, so good. I managed to miraculously remember all of the first half's bonus rooms, but let's see if that holds up. If I wind up beating a stage without the exclamation mark on the overworld map, I may have to ask those of you in the Twitch chat if you've got any help. Oh, Special Agent Ape has showed up, as has Chris Alcock, aka Taskbar Architect. Thanks for joining up. And you may be put to service soon enough. There we go. Those were some of those frames dropped that I mentioned. That's the notorious moment, when you have Kaboom's explosion going off at the same time as the sorry, that was a bit complex. My brain needed to focus. Going off at the same time as the ghost rope furling and unfurling. Ah, now that one's a bit tough. Ah, yeah. Always gives me trouble. Now, too late. There we go. That one, you only have a fraction of a second to jump off of that second rope before they both disappear. I like how they... You know, the bonus rooms in most stages are... Oh, that's a nice little moment. Killing both of those automatically. Most of the bonus stages take advantage, or at least one of them per stage will take advantage of that unique feature that I mentioned. And if it's one of the earlier bonus stages in the game, it will sort of serve partially as the tutorial that they usually do. There are these nice little elegant tutorial bits that maybe I'll point out in a future stage, where anytime... There's an O up here. Oh, a G. Oh, okay. We're that far along. Anytime a new mechanic is introduced, they always give you kind of a simple version of what it's capable of early on in the stage, and that sort of acquaints you with it and prepares you for the more advanced maneuvering that you'll be doing later. But sometimes that actually takes place in bonus stages themselves. Okay, so there's no point in doing this. A lot of times in these stages, as in the volcano levels, there are these little outcroppings over the entrances and exits, and they hide a lot of stuff in there. Let's say hi to Cranky on this stream, just once.
You don't appreciate me. Enough talk, let's see your tokens.
I'm alright, Cranky. Nice to see Winky as always. Looking at Winky, I didn't realize for some reason when I was a kid that was Winky, despite the obvious coloration. I thought that Winky's lower hands were the bottom jaw of a giant snake's severed head. And I don't know if you're able to look at that sprite and see what I used to see, but I didn't realize that those are two hands and not one lower jaw. Despite, again, Winky being, for the longest time, my favorite animal buddy. I used to raise tree frogs when I was a kid, so I gravitated toward Winky, and then I got a tarantula around in the mid-90s, and Squitter became my favorite. But yeah, despite all of that, I never realized that was actually the poor cryogenically frozen frog. So our final roller coaster stage. This one takes place in a haunted library with this series of baddies. You can tell they're a drone and not a unique character because of the differently colored bandanas. These are Cackles, and some clever. Oh, I might have to focus on this one because it goes very quickly and in reverse. So bear with me for a moment. See, it gives you a preview of what you're going to have to do, but you're not quite sure what exactly is going on until this moment. And we've got it. So it's really cool how the way that you go through the bonus stages is actually, the consistency is maintained in the main stage itself. It's fantastic. Now this one sometimes can be kind of luck of the draw, but generally if you... oh no, it's the other one with the baddies that's the luck of the draw. This one you can kind of get, but they give you a nice buffer. There's a baddies one coming up that you'll see if I can remember where it is, where you have to jump on two different levels of those, and it's tough to remember which tracks actually have the guys you have to kill and which ones are empty. So sometimes I wind up having to kill myself on that bonus stage and redo it. Thankfully, this Cackle stage never gave me too much trouble. Cackle, by the way, is the actual origins of a very mysterious character, kind of a notorious one from the game's until recently quiet development. Oh, I think I can still make it. Yeah, so there was a character in an old promo render from... Damn it! Yeah, gotta kill myself. From... Thankfully, we got the continue barrel. Of a pirate-looking character, fleshy though, a Kremling, who was missing his lower half and was wearing kind of the cloak garb of that, that faceless ghost that we saw earlier. Never showed up in the end game, and it was often theorized that it was a beta version of this guy, Cackle, just before they had modeled out the Kremling skeleton. And in fact, the most interesting thing was the true one, or the most obvious. There we go. Ooh, that's a tough one. That was in fact the beta Cackle. So it wasn't, a big dramatic sliced section from the game or anything. It was. Oh. I guess we're gonna have to kill ourselves again. Off to a great start today. Please understand. It's Sunday. And it's a bit early for my brain to be thinking properly, so let me get a swig of coffee. Omnigoals has joined us in the room. Hello. I am technically asking if I'm using a SNES or an emulator. I am technically using an emulator, but it's an emulator baked into the Retron 5 all-in-one gaming console. So I actually have my cartridge plugged in. It dumped my cartridge ROM to the game's memory to play it in an emulator. It also dumped my save file to RAM so that it would be utilized. Damn it! Come on, within the emulator itself. So yeah, I'm playing it with a SNES controller on the TV with my cartridge plugged into the system, but it is booting off of an emulator. It's kind of a nice compromise for people who are not too fond of game piracy. You get a lot of the really cool benefits of playing on a ROM. There are save states. I can map the a not often used button to take screenshots to an SD card. A lot of really cool features, but I'm playing with my save data on my cartridge, and it won't work unless you have that cartridge. So I quite like that. This has been brought to you by the Retron 5. Oh, thank God. Alright, I can now move on to... Like I said, this one might not go as smoothly. I hope we don't have to split this into 2 streams, but, if it's 3 hours hence and, and I'm just then entering the Lost World, then maybe not. Oh. Oh, geez. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. Whew. I guess that's the end. Yeah. Eagle-eyed observers would realize that we didn't actually get the hero coin. I think we'll be fine on lives. Normally that's the one I would go to. It's kind of the quote-unquote best prize. But in this case, for saving purposes, talking to Cranky, playing Swanky's games, I want to make sure we have plenty of banana coins. So this is an interesting stage. I need to get a DK barrel as quickly as possible. Because we need to... You can play this stage in its normal route, as Diddy and Dixie, but there's... They included Radley here, and in this case, he actually makes the stage a bit more difficult. Of course, he can jump a lot higher, but because of the way he sort of bounces along, you don't feel quite like you're as in control of his movements as you are with the Kongs. So it's a bit of an extra challenge in using a character that's otherwise considered a power-up. Those little sections, that precision platforming used to give me a lot of trouble when I was little. And you'll notice sometimes, like in that last chasm I jumped out on, you have to kind of hope that the game will actually give you the boost that you need. You know, like right now, I can't. If I power up the A, I'm gonna be flying. See, see, I didn't trust that the game was going to do right by me, so I hesitated and panicked. And yeah, it's a tough one for reasons like that. It's one of the very few stages in the game where I feel like it's a little cheap in that regard. Obviously not intentionally cheap, but it does the game itself doesn't give you enough hints to know whether or not you know what you're doing is a suicide attempt. Alright. And as we did see, though, you know, trial and error can be our friend in this case. So I do know that if I, you know, put my faith in the island, I will be returned to the top of the sledge as a corpse. There's a little nonsense Lost reference for a Sunday morning. Now that one was not destroy the baddies, that was just find the coin, so we can just blast through it. Oh, no! Oh! God damn it, come on! Okay. So that's the... well, that was stupid. So that's the rattly section. There is a cannonball in here, I believe. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. This stage is just brutal. Just unforgiving. I had to kill myself. I needed that cannonball. Yeah, you see the sharp spike in difficulty? And the mistake you could make in killing one of those two cutlasses. We really need both of them. There we go. Yeah, it's cool how baddie management becomes a component of some of these later sections. Oh, okay, well. I guess it's a little easier than I thought it would be. I teamed up anticipating having to repeatedly hurl myself at up in the air to get these, but thankfully it's not too bad. And they give you a little safety net down there. Cameron and Smooth Dog have showed up. Hope you guys are doing alright. Okay, so obviously getting that banana coin is folly with the wind pushing in this direction. And it's really not worth the risk, but maybe we'll do it anyway. Just to be cocky. But yeah, you do... it would be nice if that was a bit of a... kind of a little better reward, but they do actually... it's another little puzzle where you have to go backwards the opposite direction. So here's a part where we want to switch to Dixie. I think you can get the hero coin as Diddy here, but Dixie was always my go-to just to be safe. Okay. Makes me nervous. Yeah, sometimes I just want to stop and stop and smell the pattern. Yeah, if you're caught unawares in one of these sections, you'll just, yeah, you'll be hurtling toward the abyss below. Okay. 2 stages, 3 stages down. Let's go say hi to Wrinkly. So another thing that's kind of interesting about the Retron is right now I am saving my game to the emulator in the Retron, but it can dump the save file that it stores on the local device back to the cartridge, which I'll be doing as soon as we finish here. It is, you know, one extra step, but I'm willing to take that step considering all the benefits. I know, again, I sound like an ad for this thing, but it's really a nifty little piece of tech. One of the more infuriating hero coins if you just jump down here is Diddy. And even if you know it's there, they put it just far enough out of reach that that you can't get it. Alright. So Parachute Panic. The introduction to who we used to call these purple parrots. There are 2 of them. And I'll show you why canonically we consider them a duo in a moment. But instead of him just like flying ahead of us. We used to call them Squeaks and Flapper after a false hint in one of Swanky's bonus questions earlier in the game. They ask you who Squawks is, and 2 of the comedy options. By the way, you can walk through honey on your team up. 2 of the options are Squeaks and Flapper. Of course, incorrect, but we figured, hey, there are in-game false parrot names, and we have 2 parrots that need naming, might as well use them. Later on, Payon, the company that did DK Barrel Blast and the fairly underrated King of Swing and Donkey Kong Jungle Climber, actually named one of the parrots Quawks, removing the S. So we decided, oh, well, he's got a partner that they didn't name. I think I might have screwed up there. Damn. I think there might have been something in the top left that I needed to get. Yep. Shit. Alright. I think you should kill yourself. That's what I would recommend. Anyway, to get back to that thrilling tale, I'll show you this, by the way. Can't get it! So yeah, we decided if you're going to remove the S for Quawks, then we'll just remove the other S for his partner. So there are now Squawk and Quawks as the 2 purple parrots that we're playing as. They would also show up in, or one of them at least, would show up in Donkey Kong Country 3. Okay. Alright, I need to pay more attention to playing the game rather than talking at every moment. Ooh, yikes. Okay. You have to kind of jump off of him right there to get over that ledge. This is a cool one. They actually give us access to Squawks in the middle of a kind of a parrot descending level. So you saw earlier there was, before I killed myself, you may have noticed a no Squawks sign. That's because obviously you would significantly break this level if the parrot chute was allowed to go upwards. Okay, but since I only have the 1 hit, I'll need to play it safe. Followed immediately by not playing it safe. And when you hear that noise of them, what would be firing a coconut, that's your indication to prepare to descend very quickly, because they'll be jettisoning you, regardless of how far a drop it is. Did you see? Okay, so you may have seen there, both parrots were on screen at once. That will actually happen again later on, you have to switch from one parrot to another. Oh! I want to make sure we're not missing anything important. Ah, yeah, you can see the honey right above those zingers. Yeah, okay. So this one we can actually get to manually, or conguli. Okay. Oh, come on. Now this one you have to make sure there's one after the finish line. You can get him with this TNT. Just to be safe, I like to get him with squawks. risky DK barrel. Yeah. Okay. As you're descending, you can control the speed by pressing up, as I'm doing now, or pressing down, as I'm doing now, which controls your rate of descent. It allows you, if you're holding up, it really gives you a bit more of a safety net to get through some of those sections. Alright. Totally unnecessary, but nice to see. Ugh. Here we go. So because the stage requires you to hop from one parrot to another, it distinguishes this from that moment in Coral Capers in DKC, where you have two on guards, which was obviously not intentional. This one, clearly the designers intended you to hop from one parrot to another. There would be no other way to do this. So we have no choice but to assume... No choice but to assume that, yeah, those are two actual distinct parrots, and not some sort of, time-displaced clone. Okay, got everything. Good, good, good. Oh boy, Webb Woods. You buckled in? So, Webb Woods is notoriously the longest stage in the game by a wide margin. Not necessarily the most difficult, but, by the way, love that fog effect. That is so nice. Not necessarily the most difficult stage, but because it is long, it's kind of unrepentant. It's just, it's a marathon, really, and you do get to play as Squitter, though, so that's always a nice plus. The originator of the eponymous webs in these woods. Oh, look at that little arrow marker right behind there. Ah, fantastic, texture work all throughout. Just mind-blowing stuff. Alright, so we could go this way and just skip straight to the end of this little this little intro section. That was I think we lucked out there. But if you were to go around, there's a bunch of neeks that you can roll through, and then ultimately you just kind of, it's not too big of a section to skip, so I'm not that broken up about it. Here you need to definitely use the directional shooting of Squitter's webs. There are a lot of these ledges that will be above us that that we'll need to take out as many foes as possible in that way. If you watch speedrunners play this game, they do a technique that sometimes I do accidentally, where they will land on Squitter's web as he's shooting it. Like, I can't get it. But that's a very useful technique if you're going, like, lightning quick. Okay, so see that crook up there? We can avoid him entirely just by shooting a web upwards. I think right here there's a system of them. Oh, maybe that's elsewhere. There'll be a part where we go upwards several times. In this stage, you'll learn... See there, I did it on accident. You'll learn very quickly that shooting webs is pretty much your best tactic. There are very few cases, I think just maybe one case, where you need the web to have a cannon fire a cannonball that you then follow backwards through the stage. And of course, if you kill him, you can't do that. But when I get there, I think I know where it is, so I will avoid having to restart this extremely long stage. The other thing that worries me about Webb Woods, playing it in front of all you people, is that the hero coin is at the end, and it flickers on for only a split second before switching over to another item. It's actually in the roulette at the end of the stage. So if I screw it up, I have not only missed it and will need to replay a section of the stage, but I will have to play the entire stage, because once you beat a level, it invalidates your halfway marker, the continue barrel. Here's that system of crooks I was talking about. Fresh off of breaking into the water gate. Oh. All right. Let's get the end. Why not? Burp, 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 burp. Okay, so this might be the moment. I think in this hole, there may be a bonus level. So because I'm unsure about it, I'm going to take this very carefully. Just wanted to dispose. Yeah. And I'm a little high up to see it, but there's an arrow made of bananas right below. Yeah, there he is. There we go. So that's the only indication that anything is amiss, but you know, because this game is fantastic, it actually, you know, it makes that one very conspicuous, and you wonder, you know, what the hell's going on? Combine this with that trail of bananas that you would have seen had I not already known what I was doing, and you've got the makings of a really fantastically hidden bonus stage. Another example of the archetypes being mixed and matched. This stuff always makes me nervous. I'm gonna take it safe. Okay. I just glanced up at the chat. Cameron Regal had to play this 6 times because of the of that bonus coin at the end that I mentioned, the hero coin. Yeah, if I don't get it, that may be... I will move on in the interest of forward progression, and before we end the game, of course, I'll have to go back and do this today. But if it becomes the first in a long line of failures, you know, we may just turn this into a 3-parter. I hope we don't have to. Oh, no! God. Well, speaking of... Alright, not too far back. And considering we already got that, the bonus room, we don't have to follow that crook back, nor do we have to, you know, futz around in the brambles. Okay. hate those red zingers. I mean, obviously they are... It's by design. They're supposed to screw you up like that, but... Oh, God. Game gets really tough. I care not for your golden N. You can shoot that one down, actually. That's nice. There's some speculation in the, or some questions in the Twitch chat about why some of the webs will disappear immediately after you create them and why some don't. The obvious assumption is that it's because you've hit some kind of maximum limit on the number of webs. Okay, take it slow. Watch the pattern. That's the assumption, you know, you could make. Oh, check it out. So here, it's a similar situation, but unlike the last one, there's not an open chasm underneath us. So the cannonball that's fired will not be nearly as slow. So what we'll need to do is carefully make our way down to get this cannon to fire a cannonball, and then I'm going to chase along behind it. There he goes. Alright. I want to coax it out without, you know, accidentally hitting him, because the attack web is mapped to the Y button, which is also the run button. So every time I start moving, I invariably hit the Y button, right, like that. So I'm always shooting off unintentional webs. It's not too much of a bother, but you certainly need to be in control of what you're doing when you want to not shoot those webs. Oh, screw you. Okay. Here it goes. Oh, that green balloon. I think that's actually what destroyed me when I did the Rare and Friends logcasts Who Wants to Be a Million Rare. Yeah, that green balloon. I guessed wrong and lost a lifeline. Okay. Boom. Got it. Ah. Oh, thank God. You have no idea how relieved I am. Oh, we've got Kev, say me from Who Wants to Be a Million Rare in the chat room. And yeah, he was needling me about my missed question a moment ago. Yes, I clearly do remember. Before we fight Creepy Crow, let's not neglect Swanky, nor his bonus bonanza. You've joined us as the Kongs are about to choose their game. Oh, look, you've joined us. Welcome back, you've joined us. He's acknowledging us, the character. Oh my God. Donkey Kong Country 2 might be the first canonical appearance of the character you. It might not be, it's Mr. Pants. Ooh. Ooh. Donkey Kong Country 2 is a second-person game. Hashtag bombshell. Alright, I hope someone runs to the forum for the what should be a prolonged, nasty debate about whether or not you is a character in Donkey Kong Country 2. Gloomy Gulch. You know, the last Involuntary, how many little wasps did the end of the area? Oh, 5? Yeah. Yeah. I tried you surfing Kong. Chunky! Ooh, accidental foreshadowing. Name the forest level with the blowing wind in it. Gusty Glade. Windy Woods. Windy Woods is sort of a mashup of Willow Woods from Conquer and what would become Windy from Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Again, obviously unintentional, since this game predates both of those by 4 and 6 years, respectively. Oh no. 3? Okay, I am a clever little monkey. What's the name of the Kremling Island? Crocodile Country. Crocodile Dump. Okay, so Kev is saying, I think he meant you, as in Diddy and Dixie, have joined Swanky and his audience. Well, no, if you look at the line, he says, you're just joining us as the Kongs are completing another challenge. So he's referring to someone who is not Diddy and Dixie. If it's the audience, we're definitely part of that audience. This is the Gibbon game, a favorite of my in-laws. Not the name of an area. That's because my wife's maiden name is Gibbons. Crocodile Canyon is definitely not in this one, although the canyon archetype would appear in Donkey Kong Country 3. Swordfish Buddy's name is Swordy. Now, like, yes, some of these names are quite shit, but it's a little better than that. How many world map globes? Oh, come on. Come on. 2. Okay. Alright, game complete. You've been great, contestants. Well done! Okay, let's save it before moving on. %. We're getting there, folks. It'll really all start to fall into place once we hit the Lost World. This is probably, aside from the K. Rool fight itself in the Flying Krock, the first of 2 K. Rool fights, this is definitely my favorite normal, like, World Guardian boss battle. There's a lot going on here. It's difficult, but never unfair. If you just observe the patterns, which is, it's really a hallmark of the best boss designs from the 16-bit era, and it's something that the this very same team did fantastically well in 3D in Banjo-Tooie. The first game didn't really feature any major, real bosses outside Gruntilda herself. Of course, there was, each stage featured a boss-like challenge, but they weren't actual, boss battles with different phases. And in Tooie, each world did get a boss guardian, and they were really designed like this. I remember back in the early DK Vine days, Ken Lobb did this like 45-minute insight into Banjo-Tooie, and I transcribed the whole damn thing and put it on DK Vine. But one of the things he was pointing out, I think they were playing against Lord Wu Fok Fok, the self-important anglerfish. He was pointing out the fact that the boss battles are a lot like these Super Nintendo battles. That's something that, even like Mario 64, they were a new kind of boss battle, but they didn't really have the same intricate feel of you like really going through a lot of different tactics to best a foe that the Super Nintendo style bosses did. This game and Banjo-Tooie, I think, are like the 2 of the best examples of it in 2D and respectively 3D. Okay, watch as I descend. There's this amazingly cool parallax stuff. Forgive me if I get this wrong, but I want to say it was Brendan Gunn who did that. I could be wrong though. Anyway, watch as I go down. Watch what happens to the background. The perspective shifts and we're underwater. Oh, that's beautiful. This music, by the way, you know, David Wise, you know, definitely takes inspiration from a lot of synth scores, Vangelis, Genesis. This one, though, is that aforementioned Vangelis comparison. Oh, you know what? I think I missed a thing. I definitely missed a thing. Let's go back. This song is Search the Theme to Antarctica. It's a documentary series that was scored by Vangelis, and it is the exact same song. It's just... It's not even a vague similarity. It is literally the same song. Okay, so it's not that I missed anything, I just didn't go both routes. Never hurts to double check. So this will become a habit in a lot of these sections with the water rising and falling. I want to make sure I don't miss anything, so I'm constantly stabbing in every direction. Now you see that there's like 1 or 2 frames in On Guard's stabbing animation in which it leaves you vulnerable. So sometimes the best thing to do is just to move yourself directly at those foes. This is one of the better hidden bonus rooms. The only thing they give you are those 2 bananas, not even an arrow. Okay, so here's another one of those, an example of really obsessively going back and forth to try and get as many of these as possible. If you just descend with the water, there's no way you're going to get it. Okay, and we've done it, folks. Oh yeah, Special Agent A pointing out the melody is a bit stronger, more assertive in here than in the Vangelis one, but obviously this is a video game and that's background noise to a documentary. But it is virtually the same song. I'm not knocking it. You know, I'm not saying David Wise is a ripoff artist because he's a brilliant musician, and anyone who suggests that does not share the same musical tastes as I do. But I think it's funny how closely this one hews to its influence. And he even reused it in, or repurposed it rather, in Donkey Country Tropical Freeze, which came out 2 years ago. Fantastic song, though. I am not complaining. And similarly, there are some frames like that where if you're facing away, you can still hit your stabbing motion and kill things with your with your dorsal fin or fluke. Okay, and so that one deposits you right there, perfectly timed to get hit by the one below it. Ah, that one frame, it's kind of luck of the draw. And now there's... it's making me nervous now because I can't be assured that what I'm doing, despite my best intentions, won't just kind of randomly land on the wrong frame. I've never been sure how to get that. Now that guy, it'll be difficult to dodge if he does explode, so the better tactic is to just take him out. Again, I really don't want to mess with those guys. Ahahaha. Our old friend. The Mini Hits treasure chest. Thankfully with Dixie, this one's a lot easier to get than if we were playing with Diddy, since she can easily just jump into those ones above her, since she does hold it above her head. It's a subtle gameplay difference, but a really nice one. Adds a bit of variety. So if you can trigger the water to descend, then you can take your sweet time with this. I want my banana coins. Did I get everything? I feel like I missed something. No? Okay. I'm not going to argue with it. It's interesting that Clubba's kiosk on this one seemingly is all the way back on Donkey Kong Island. Also really nice that they actually took the time to put DK Island in the background there. We get a little, a better sense of the geography of the rare archipelago. Having trouble with pronunciation today when it comes to our silent G's. Alright. Trust the island. Ooh, that was risky considering the ones that are more that Kelly green rather than the lime green, they embed their swords in the ground on their second strike. So I really should have waited for that one. Oh man, I thought I had it to take another swipe. So this is one where it's kind of easy to lock yourself out of the path that you would prefer to take to get bonuses and the like. So hopefully I won't have to kill myself, but it may happen. Really interesting if you go to DKC Atlas and look at their maps of this stage. They've actually highlighted the regions in which the wind is triggered, so you can, if you're familiar with the stage and you can kind of remember the things that happened to you, you can actually say, oh, that's why it went off. Okay, it's pretty neat. If you're into this game enough to be watching me blather on about it, then I recommend checking that out. Oh no, this was a destroy them all, wasn't it? Okay, I did that in an unconventional way. I thought it was like that one with Rattly earlier in Gloomy Gulch. Wait a second, I don't hear it appearing. See that? He pulled it right back up, and now we can get him. It makes for a more interesting interaction with the baddie. I do like it. Okay, and these little bits right here where it locks you vertically, again, they always kind of make me nervous. Aw. Okay. Because I worry that all of a sudden the screen will scroll and there's something I should have been able to access over here. Like that. Okay. No, and I went for it when I shouldn't have. Okay, thankfully we're right here. No harm done. Now this one, you could have gone upward, up and to the left and avoided this whole sequence. That's why they reward you with that red balloon right there, and the N. Oh, whoa, little bastard. Whoa. Wow, that was brutal. Now I'm getting nervous. This section was kind of fun. I like the ones where you have time to observe the patterns, but it's a little bit of a dodging game. Okay, so right here, why is that zinger placed there? Could it be there's a good reason for us doing this? And again, it's one of those ones where if you didn't go that route, now you're locked. You can't get back down there, and all you have to look at is that hero coin right there staring you in the face. One of the more frustrating ones. Going too quickly. Take your time. Okay. Diddy's animation is adorable. So's Dixie's for that matter. Oh, really? Greg Miles, you don't want to put one of those Kelly Green cutlasses right here? You're getting me off easy. Oh. I thought we would drop off. Oh no, what did we miss? Oh no. Oh no. What did we miss? Oh, nothing. Oh god, thank god. Oh, 13 seconds. I was taking my time. Ah, okay, so it wants me to get from above using this hook. Which also helpfully let me get back down. It's a rare display of generosity on this game's part. Welcome to the chat, Yoshi of Earth, DJ Dustin, and Matt Corna hanging out. Alright, Castle Crush. A deceptively difficult on-rails stage. They start things off by hiding one of the stage's best secrets right at the beginning. By the way, I think this may be our first castle archetype. Check out that artwork in the background. That the Kremling stone head with fire in its mouth acting as a light. Similarly, look at the way, again, that perspective is making those segments in the background move. It's really cool. Okay, so there are a lot of sections that are completely hidden in the walls that I need to be on the lookout for, so I'm going to try and concentrate a bit. Hopefully I haven't missed one. No, this bit's always kind of tough. Doesn't seem it, but it is. The Ramby's hitbox is incredibly generous. Imagine how difficult this would be if you didn't have him, by the way. Thankfully, it slows down a bit, giving us time.
Destroy them all.
Sometimes I can try and hop up there. Alright, there's one point where... Okay, that's not it. Yeah, I think the hero coin in this one is like hidden in a wall, or I like that bit. Now I'm getting there. It is. Okay, well no, that's Squawks, but I think he will expose the hero coin to us. So it's in our interest to go as quickly as humanly possible through this. Well, not that quickly. Because if we can go down below... He also gives us access to another bonus stage. This is one that escalates. The timer is virtually meaningless because, of course, we're at the mercy of however fast the floor is rising, but it's really in your best interest to jump over these ledges at a certain point. I would have liked to have seen that one go on for maybe 10 seconds longer, but get really extreme. Alright, so this is a sinister duo. You have to roll through him, but you have to turn back immediately. Otherwise, you'll be crashing into the waiting jaws of Clamp-On. Really clever pairing here. I like this. This is a thing that I like in my favorite game. I think I should probably go without saying that most of this stuff I am generally fond of. Okay. There it is. I was wondering, where is that barrel? Oh boy. Trying to do this as Dixie is really just setting yourself up for failure. It's kind of meant to be done in that jump rope fashion. And that's actually, I think it's intentional for you to barrel through those guys in that same way to really speed yourself along. They don't really give you time enough to do it any other way. So it's cool how despite that being sort of a, you know, the additive rolling speed is kind of like a little extra benefit. That should have been used for that guy. That's okay. Despite that fact, they actually design that part of the level around it. It's kind of cool. I think we got everything, but I'm going to take the Gordon Gekko approach and greedily gobble up everything we possibly can. Ah, going for the banana coin. Kev, if you would, clean it up in the chat room a bit, please. Not saying you need to be a school marm, but come on. This ain't the conversation. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, immediately forcing us to face the most difficult thing about ice. The fact that it is slippery. I can't tell you how much I hate that hero coin. They even tell you what to do. It's right there. Alright, very cool stage. A lot of that, like rapid fire ducking and raising yourself. Yeah, I really like how it turns these little sections into almost on rails speedrun kind of bits. Ah! Thankfully, since we're riding on guard, it counts as an extra hit, so I'm a little more cavalier when it comes to those moments. And one of these, I want to say, breaks open, or maybe it's that one I did in the last level, where I thought exactly the same thing. Just want to make sure. Ah, there it is. Because why should anything be easy? Take a moment to sip my coffee. All right. Got caught for a second there. It wasn't registering my button press. Or perhaps I was just being a little crappy. All right. Oh. Turn around, will ya? Can we go down in that water, do you think? I think we might. Ah, they should have put something down here. Anything? No. Okay. Yeah, this really is one of my favorite stages. I love what it forces you to do. Now this is curious. Invincibility barrel. Is this really all that it's there for? These 3 banana coins? Strange. Oh, that was dumb. Considering I had Dixie right there. Oh, well, at least that worked out for us. Okay, just confirming we got everything. Now, Chain Link Chamber. You want to talk about unfairly hidden bonuses? This game takes the cake, or this stage rather. I really like this one. I like the stages that work in both dimensions. You know that they. Really, it's the rigging ones, and this is basically the castle version of rigging these chain links. I like the stages that go both in an X and Y axis. You know, there are the vertical ones that are more often than not rattly stages, and of course most of the other stages in the level or in the game are side scrollers. That's where the whole genre gets its name. But this one and a few others like it, the beehive levels spring to mind, actually go in a lot of crazy directions, and I feel like I missed something now already, so I'm going to back up a bit. You may see a bit of that on this stage, considering there's so much to explore. I swear there was something right over here that... Oh, just a banana? Come on. But not all bananas are what they seem. Like owls before them. Sometimes a banana will indicate there's a completely separate section of the level that you need to explore right there. I don't know if this is our first exposure on this run through to those gray clobbers, but they not these guys. The gray ones with the like demonic red eyes actually steal balloons from you. They effectively take a life away without booting you out of the level. So they can be extremely painful. I don't know why they give you that cannonball there, but hopefully we won't need it. I don't know what we would have done with it other than just kill that first zinger. Okay, now there's a few divergent paths in this stage. They give you a preview of the obstacle that's in each pathway. Excuse me. In this case, we'll be tangling with some horizontal flying zingers. In this one, it's going to be these timed barrels. But in either case, they kind of let you know what you're getting into and let you pick which one you'd prefer. Now, usually there's no difference in difficulty between the two, but in some cases it's very obvious which one will be harder, usually indicated by the number of zingers they show you, and in those cases they usually give you the better reward on that side. Okay. Alright, we will need to be on the lookout for bananas in the walls, any holes in the walls, anything slightly hidden that we might need to press up against. They get really tricky with it in this level. A little bit of slowdown. Ooh, oh, damn, thought I had that. Nope. That was the risky jump of the day, considering we've got, I think, a continue barrel right here. Yeah. Really should have gotten that first. I don't think there's any reason to... That's helpful. Oh, I know what we... Yes. Okay. Oh, wait. Is there nothing? Really? I could have sworn there was something hiding behind one of those guys, and you have to use the clobbers to get them. I guess not. Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, so let's take... Okay, so those guys, obviously, it's a bunch of rapid-fire jumping. This one, I think, is the more difficult, if I recall. But wait, no, it's not. Just these guys. Oh, I was thinking this is the one where the cannons are firing down at you. That's coming later, and that is difficult. And they don't let you stick to the ground, obviously. Okay, here's what I was thinking of. Alright. How about that? There was a banana, but in the middle of those two chains. Nothing else indicating that that was there. Probably one of the hardest ones to find in the game. And also, pay close attention to these two guys. Look the far left at the wall. Do you see that gap?
That is what is the problem. The gap.
jumping is helpful when playing this stage. Yeah. I don't know if it's coming back or not. Yep. Whew. Okay. See if we can find Dixie somewhere. Okay, I remember this bit. I think we're okay. But what's this all about? Oh, jeez. Did I get everything? Oh, I love that animation cycle. Look at how smooth that is. Ugh. Fantastic game. This game is so good, you guys. I hope I got them all. That one's notorious. Yes. Okay, excellent. Let's talk to Swanky. 3 wonderful games for you. See, in this case, he's talking to the Kongs. Name of this area of the island. K. Rappy Keep. Old Man Kong, who lives in a monkey museum. Okay, so he actually does live there when he's on this island.
Baby, he hasn't got a bed.
Well, actually, he does. Donkey Kong Country. Zinger the Wasp. See, so we've posited that cannons are actually the clumps from the previous game, but they are a mutilated version of them, so they get their own name, they get their own slot in the Cutthroat Kremling crew. Zinger's the obvious choice, the cleanest choice. That's a level. Tragic Tower. Donkey Kong Country 2 took a turn for the melodramatic. Ooh, can you ride? Ramby Squawks. Rattly, Squitter, On Guard. Obviously, I don't think they're counting the parrot shoot ones. Yeah, 5. Flying Ghost Coat Kremling who throws objects at you.
Black Jacket.
Flapper, another one of our fake names for the parrot shoots. All right. Eight Eyes. I welcome everyone on Facebook to check out the fan page, that cool-ass spider with the sneakers from Donkey Kong Country 2. It's one of the best things on the internet. Search for literally what I just said, that cool-ass spider with the sneakers from Donkey Kong Country 2. How many desks are in Wrinkly's Kong College? Let's say 5. Alright. How many different baddies? 30. Okay. As random guesses, though, those were 2 good ones. Till next time, here on Swanky's Bonus Bonanza. Cool. Alright. A sharp turn for the difficult. This one is not only difficult but stressful because, as you can see in the background, you've got the that constantly rising tide of toxic sludge that you can see at all times, and you know exactly how close you are to it. So those moments in which you're not making upward progression, you're stressing out about making upward progression. Like this one coming up. Oh no, 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 no. Alright, I will ignore that because I've got a barrel. This is one of those really great multi-animal buddy stages. Yeah, you can if you jump at the crest of his little hop, sometimes you can make it over those without having to do the power-up move. All right, now a little bit of breathing room. Let's frantically get the hell out of here. Let's make like a time-displaced Kirk who saw the love of his life get tragically hit by a car. Get the hell out of here. Alright, I don't care about that end. I was having an internal debate with myself. No, I don't actually care about it. Ah! I got caught on the little corner right there. Damn. I also feel like I probably would have missed something. Bear with me. Come on. Now we're cooking. Just want to take the correct path to make sure that I'm not missing anything important. Much cleaner. Okay. Oh yeah, then they start like putting 2 and then 3 in front of you. Yeah. Og. Just in time for the real OG of this game, Squitter. Oh no. Alright. I really feel like we've missed a bonus stage. So if I have in fact missed one previously in the level, I would like those of you in the Twitch chat to maybe help me out with that. In the interest of not stumbling around blindly. Oh, I did it. Okay. Good for me. All right. Time for the showdown. You ready for this? It's Donkey Kong for the first time in this game. Love this music. I absolutely love this bait and switch that the cutscene. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Maybe you guys were pointing this out to me previously, but we missed a hero coin in Ghostly Grove. Okay. Ooh, where is this one? Oh, I remember this one. It's in a weird place below the ground, isn't it? Is that this one? I don't remember if the hero coins register if you start select out of the stage after collecting it. Maybe someone in the chat can help me out with that. Yeah, I think I know where I'm... Okay. Is it down there? No. It's one of these places, though. The camera goes down and exposes... There it is. Yep, there it is. Son of a bitch. Okay, you can get the coin and then exit. Alright, great. Let's go higher plane. She's all tuned, ready to go, bro. Catch you later. Alright, we should be all set. Just to confirm. Da-da-da, da-da-da, boink, boink. Boom, 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 boom. And check this out. I didn't realize this until very recently, actually. I think it was when we were doing the Donkey Kong Country 2 Spotlight on the Conversation podcast. Check that out on iTunes, whatever. Conversation. But look, the reason that K. Rool wasn't able to escape is because the ladder connecting the Flying Krock to his keep got snagged in the brambles. I love the palette shift on these brambles. They just make them that much more ominous. Yo, unnecessary. Would have been nice if that was a regular steel-rimmed barrel, so you could do that thing like on that one bonus level and just take all of those guys out in one hit. Would have been pretty satisfying. But that's okay. Anyone will put up with substandard game design as long as the graphics are good, right? Oh no, this will not go well. Diddy really is the best choice for those roll jumps, but that's good. Yeah, it really is in your interest to take your time here.
No.
So, very difficult bit. You can see there's a little bit of a hint up there as to what we have to do. You have to actually have both Kongs to get this. One of the rare instances of that being mandatory. And then you can you can see how if I were to try and run into that, I would obviously hit the brambles. You have to jump way off the screen to safely get into the bonus cannon. And because it required you, well, I was about to say because it required you to have both, you need Dixie for this, but it does actually give you that DK barrel right there. It may want you to switch to Diddy for that roll jump, but as he does those a little easier. But yeah, we can do it with Dixie. And I wouldn't dare let go of this helicopter spin. Very nice. They're really putting us through the paces. Alright, so actually here I will switch to Diddy. Because that is a long way to go. Oof. I don't know how it wants me to do that. I don't remember. Maybe it was that I just didn't do it well enough. Okay. No harm done. Although we are about to face off against Screech. Rool is a pirate in this game, and that is his pirate's parrot. I'm going to be missing a lot of the optional stuff. Of course, I have to get the hero coin, but this does get quick and stressful very quickly, so I want to try and... Oh, wow. I'm very rarely ahead of him at that point. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Damn. Well, I got the hero coin. I really thought that was a good run. Yeah, you can see we've already... There's just that bonus level in this one, so we've already 100%ed this one. We've just now got to focus on beating Screech. Squawks' descent is a lot faster if you hit the button, the down button as you're dropping, than his normal rate of descent. So it sometimes can, if you're not quite expecting to drop that quickly, it can really throw you off. Same can be said of pressing the up button. Oh, there we go. Done. Oh, well, that was stupid. Alright, don't need it. Don't care. Let's say hi to Wrinkly, who has helpfully set up her classroom in the one green picketed fenced plains to be found in the brambles. Look at that! Exclamation mark on the one coin. Of course, they don't give anything away at this point. Can you imagine being without lives and having to go in to Screech's sprint to try and collect a coin and dying in the attempt just to save your game? Getting a game over at that point? Alright. So, it's time for Rool's duel. We have not yet, or actually, you know what? Let's... Okay, we'll save the Lost World until afterwards. That's fine. Normally you would have done it over the course of the adventure, but I like the idea of ending the Lost World on the boss of that world, kind of doing it outside the game's intended progression, but maybe kind of clean that way. Very recently, a 3D render of this whole sequence, this scene, was made. I forget the artist's name. Perhaps someone in the Twitch chat can help out. It was like a 3D rotated version of this entire area inside the Flying Krock, and it's perfectly done, and it really makes you yearn for a game with the Kremlings, with Rool, to be done in kind of a fully 3D style, or at least to be rendered in a modern fashion. Nope, not going for it. Sometimes that'll happen. Oh. There we go. Dub, dub, dub. One of those little kind of meta games you make up on your own. I used to duck whenever, when K. Rool's Yosemite Sam, you know, cartoon eyes would blink. And that... Oh! That was unfortunate. Worry not, we've got this. Alright. Yeah, this should be fine. Alright, DK Burrow. Let's have it. Okay, so Dixie will become more useful in this section. So I'm actually going to... those will slow you, or they'll freeze you on the spot. I'm going to save Dixie until I absolutely need her. Hopefully I won't. You can only tell K. Rool's there on those parts by the dust on the ground. Yeah, that was not going to go my way. But see, now I've got Dixie for the more difficult parts. Oh, no! Oh, no. I knew the controls were reversed, and yet, when it happened... My brain just kicked into its normal mode. Damn. I was hoping to impress you guys with a... That's okay. Oh. All right. I find it easier to duck under the tall ones. Alright, now we've got the swirlies. And, you know, depending on whether or not you've missed one of these, he will, you know, he may be on different sides of the stage. So, you know, if you're used to jumping over them from left to right, but you accidentally missed him once before, you know, if it's an odd number of times that you've missed it, he'll be on the other side of the arena. So it can actually throw off players if they're not as ambidextrous when it comes to this boss fight. So I said I would try and preserve Dixie for as long as possible, but I think Oh, well. Maybe that was a mistake. So I want to, when he does his next set, yeah, I want to have Dixie, because that caught me last time. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Got it. And this one, the camera really indicates where you need to avoid. As soon as you see that camera move, you should really start... You really should start running in the opposite direction. Here we go. Donkey Kong gets in his Sub-Zero finishing move. Okay, so those are sharks down there.
How could you fail of learning all you know from old Cranky here?
A lazy grandson. There it is. So... went back and forth between this and Donkey Kong 64, whether or not Donkey was Cranky's son or grandson, but ultimately we've settled on the grandson narrative, but he raised him like a son, so there is that missing generation. Yeah, can't expect us to find that lost world, despite the fact we intentionally avoided it.
How many of my special video game hero coins did you find? I've got a second screen and about time too. Now shut up everyone while I eagerly read the awaited results of my prestigious Video Game Hero Awards.
So, I obsessively... not bad. As I was. Oh, well, Cranky actually, you know, has another moment in the sun thanks to the aforementioned tropical freeze.
Press the left and right while you're on any of the map screens.
So... fans of the, or members of the DK Vine forum will recognize if you've just joined, your status is no hoper. That comes from this screen. But let's enjoy a character parade. This, you know, obviously there are a lot of highlights in the game, but this song, Donkey Kong Rescued, is one of my favorites. It really kind of it is a reward, kind of one of the more optimistic songs in this soundtrack. You know, you're on enemy territory. There's a lot of foreboding tones. It's really very melancholy, but this one I think really. It does try and buoy your spirits after just having made an extraordinary accomplishment in beating this game. Well, at least the first time. This song was remixed on an Overclocked Remix album for Donkey Kong Country 2 by David Wise, Grant Kirkhope, and Robin Beanland. The three of them collaborated on the remix, which is titled Donkey Kong Re-Skewed, Skewed. And if you haven't heard it, you absolutely need to check that out. I like that Clubba's Kiosk has a calendar in the background. I guess they're keeping track of shifts for who's manning the bridge to the Lost World at any given moment. Yes, Kev is asking if I'm doing the Lost World. Indeed I am. We're going to go world by world, excepting Gangplank Galleon, of course, and beat the game properly. It's not over yet. Like they give Cannon a little bit of animation to step onto the bridge. Clubba, of course, doesn't get the same luxury. And K. Rool's only moving animation in this game. Also of interest, we only saw Crow, not Creepy Crow. So, yeah, that kind of, again, reinforces the notion that you canonically killed Crow in the first world, and he showed up later in Ghostly Grove. Clapper, I'm sure, blew ice onto the bottom of his arms and torso and had someone give him a little push. I have no explanation for Glimmer. Swanky is skating by on pure charisma. Whoa, dude. I like the way that when Funky is like surfing in the air, which is a bizarre thing that they allowed him to do in this game, but when he's doing that, I love the way his body moves in concert with the surfboard. Like he was animated with a center of gravity. If you're watching but not looking at the Twitch chat, Chris Alcock is regaling us with tales from testing the Game Boy Advance version of the title. Apparently the Lost World was his assigned world when doing the Game Boy Advance game. So that's coming up next. Hopefully I'll not embarrass myself in front of him. Music and sound effects were David Wise, so we have him to thank for the honk, all of those things. Michael Kelbal, one of the testers, probably for the Treehouse. So contrary to popular belief, Dan Osen, not Lee Loveday, is responsible for the little cranky pop-ups in the instruction booklet, the manual. The story of the game, however, the prose of the tale of Donkey Kong being captured, written by Lee Loveday. So a lot of what we know of as, you know, a kind of a Loveday-esque sense of humor of Cranky Kong, you know, the stuff that's not in-game, the more kind of more cutting, biting remarks about you're wasting your time that were in the manual, Dan Osen of Ask Dan fame. Greg Mayles, Tim Stamper. That's the end. Or is it? You know, I love that little bit of symmetrical calligraphy. I don't know what you call those little swirly, flourish designs, but we should really reproduce that on someone at DK Vine could do a vector version of that, and we should use it in something as just the world's most subtle reference. I forgot he pops up if you just leave it there. Wait, hang on, I don't remember this. Press down lots of times. I don't remember this at all. Of course, that exposes the sound check and then the cheat screen. I reckon I've earned it. All right. I seriously don't remember him ever telling you about the music test and the cheat screen. Wow. Okay, well, 87%. Let's get our last 15. Weird. That is really weird. You can play a game for 20 years and 21 almost, I guess 20 and change, and still be surprised. Got all 75 necessary creme coins to start at the moment. I dare ye. I don't feel like paying. Our bonus rooms must be too hard for you. Ah! So those bonus rooms were specifically designed by the Kremlings. Our bonus rooms. That's really interesting.
Farewell on this fine day.
His tone immediately changes once you pay him. I really love what they did with this. I mean, if you look at the geometry of the area, it's relatively basic, but it has that like epic sense of, you know, you have found something forbidden. The way that volcano is erupting with that pulsating light, fantastic. Okay, so Jungle Jinx. Not quite as playful as the Jungle Hijinks of the first game. First thing I want to point out, well, aside from these giant barrels, which of course are the central feature of this stage, the music. Music on these jungle levels is actually a slight remix, certainly a reference to Aquatic Ambience from the first game. There is little bits where it goes doo 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 doo. Definitely lifted from the melody of Aquatic Ambience. Nice to see, you know, already at this point David Wise was reusing the more popular songs from his previous games in interesting ways, not just bland remixes of them. In Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, there would be a lot of that, where sort of similar, even just strings of notes would be used to evoke emotion and mood, but not really step on the original. He allowed the new work, the new songs to shine, but still evoking that memory from the past games that everyone sort of has hardwired in their brains. Oh shit! Nope. Damn it. Well, that was just a failure, pure and simple. You have failed! You lose! This is kind of what I meant to do. So in the Lost World, there's one bonus stage, very cleverly hidden per stage. And rather than give you the creme coins that you need to gain access to the Lost World, they give, instead of getting those upon completion, you get a hero coin. So that's kind of important, because otherwise Cranky's hero coin, if you already could have potentially gotten all of them by the time you got to the end of the stage, Cranky would have already had to acknowledge the fact that you are the video game hero. So by doing this, it forces the congratulatory section. Oh god, I hate this. I hate those barrels so much. The congratulatory bit actually comes immediately after you truly 102% the game. Yeah, sometimes I'll just hover with Dixie on those bits. It strikes me as a little safer. It's cool how even, you know, we're on enemy territory, as I've said several times. This is not DK Island, so the jungles themselves are more dangerous. Instead of the relatively benign like bromeliads that you would see in the first game, you've got Venus flytraps here. Like even the foliage is menacing. Aw, come on. Okay, whatever. Alright, got it. Oh wait, what am I doing? I just blanked for a moment. We need to go to Funky, don't we?
Ooh. Shiver me timbers.
Black Ice Battle. Yeah, all of these are tough. I mean, that's going to be a common refrain if I keep describing all of them as I play, but this one especially, because of these, you know, they're introducing it right out of the gate. These sort of zigzaggy chevron patterns they make with the ice, they get steeper and steeper as the level goes, and you find yourself... Just make sure we didn't miss anything there. Okay. There are some little hidden alcoves like that. Oh. Oh, hey. Come on now. Jeez. Why can't I jump on this guy? Okay. So you will find yourself having to jump over even pretty hefty baddies, like right here. It's very easy to just jump straight into their faces. The bonus stage in this one is also pretty easy to miss. It requires you to get a cannonball and then carry it with you a fair distance through the stage. It's right here. No. So, yes, they reward you with a 1-up by risking a good number of 1-ups via that guy. Okay, so here's another example of the game rewarding you for going off the beaten path. Obviously, it's easier to jump in either of these, but... well... never mind. I slid down the side. If you were to have fallen through, you know, jumped over the zinger and gone for the more difficult route, you would have been rewarded with a banana coin. Okay. Here's perhaps an example of the same that I can execute a bit better. So I'm jumping over 2 zingers. Oh, and I'll be rewarded with the loss of bananas. No. It gives you that guy that you can take care of this zinger right before you. So a bit of risk up front, a reward of making the level a little easier for you. Here's another one. Neeks are obviously the easier baddies to dispose of, so if we go over here where there are clamp-ons, the better stuff will be waiting for us below. Or not. Maybe that was just a lie. Well, never mind. So here's where I was talking about, we need to get this chest open. And hopefully it didn't despawn. Okay, so that happened. We need that cannonball. In the back of my mind, I was worried that might happen, but... That's the safer way to do it. Okay, so I can kill these guys if I want to. I won't be so senselessly cruel. But here I will definitely take my time, because the cannonball will also slip down down the side, and I don't want to lose sight of it and then have it despawn yet again. And of course you need the cannonball to even get through this section. So they give you, even though the cannon's not on the screen, they give you ample opportunity to figure out that there's something significant that you're missing. So at the very least you can backtrack or you know, kill yourself and try again and explore heavily around that area. This is one of the ones that's much easier with Dixie. Not too bad, though. Now I just need to get to the end, and this is... so hard. Ugh. I hate that section so much. Oh god. Black Ice Battle is really tough. Ah, Shogun of Truth has showed up. Welcome to the stream. You've caught us toward the end, but glad you could be here for the greatest game ending in electronic entertainment history. All flights clear, dude. Cheese and crease. Cool. She's all yours. Catch you later. Okay, we've got to go all the way through the park. Oh, not sure if you guys are aware, but Killer Instinct is there.
Scurvy chimps. Come on, you yellow bellies. Try and cross Clubber's Bridge without paying. I dare ya. Oh, Captain K. Rool treats us rotten. I hope you scupper his plans.
Clobber Carnage is a really fun stage. It's another one of those where you really get to focus on baddie and and item management. I guess the baddies in this case are items themselves. So there are cases where you want to hold on to barrels, and you got to make sure that you don't destroy them. So that you can make use of them in the future. I think all we needed up there was that K that I was able to get without visiting the Dixie barrel, but I'll try it nonetheless just to be safe. Yep. Okay, I think the Diddy one might be the better option. Okay, cool. Ah, yes, so this one combines the clobbers with these timed barrels. So there's a section later on that's sort of on rails that gets really tricky. And because at this point I'm trying to destroy the source of the Kremlings, I've turned into a genocidal maniac, and I will not pass up an opportunity to unnecessarily kill Kremlings. Just killing Kremlings any way I can. Let's take the Dixie route. And again. So it ultimately would have spit us out at the same spot. I really want to make sure I don't miss the bonus stage. I saw a ledge down here. Just want to make sure. I'm blanking on where it is in the stage. I'm hoping muscle memory kicks in at some point when I'm nearby. Okay. Trigger this coming out again. And yes, 1 second is given for a lot of these. Oh, no. No! Oh! Oh, no. It disappeared. Yeah, some unfortunate despawning does take place. It's not as bad as Donkey Kong Country, but it can happen. That would have killed me. Whew. That's pretty intense. On those, since you do only have 1 second, you kind of want to wait for the last possible chance you have to shoot yourself in there, so that the timer doesn't start until it's already moved on a bit. Okay, looks like there's a banana coin for the Dixie route, so let's take that. Really, the G already? I'm getting worried about that bonus level. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. No! Oh, come on. Yeah, I think that was it, right there at the end. That was it. That had to have been. Well, perhaps someone can confirm if my suspicions were correct, or if I just destroyed myself for no reason in the chat room. Is that bonus level really right there at the end? And requires both Kongs? Oh, nope. Damn. Oof. I'm off my game right now. I was really impressed with myself getting all the way there, and then that last few those stair steps with all those KO clobbers. Brutal. Or the red balloon clobbers. Okay, good. It's been confirmed in the Twitch chat by Chris Alcock, who must have beat his head bloody against a brick wall while testing this stage on the Game Boy Advance. That, yes, in fact, it does require both Kongs there at the end. Oh, again! I just... Same exact thing. Oh, my God.
Could this be the end of involuntary twitching?
Yeah, that was risky, but I'm getting impatient. That's probably what's currently ailing me. Even the gaps between spike pits. Oh, come on. Even the gaps are getting much bigger. Like right here, earlier in the game, you would not have to deal with that. Had to improvise a bit and shoot diagonally right there. Okay, okay. You like that level? It doesn't even have the bonus burst on it. Interesting. Okay. Now, as long as I can destroy them all, I'll be okay. Oh yeah, this one's great! Okay, I think this one is another one that's more of a reward than a challenge. They realize what they've just put you through. Okay. 2 more of these. Woo!
It's 20 lashes with the cat 9 tails for you. If I don't get my booty this time, you filthy apes. Step this way, friends. I've polished the bridge just for you.
Fiery Furnace. A really difficult volcano stage. I like this one. It's more of a by the books kind of, you know, relatively gimmickless stage. I like how the textures are immediately a bit darker, a bit more foreboding. The lighting effects are more pronounced because of that. But this one is really just a really well-designed, challenging stage. Of course, it does have... Oh, that's right. It does have a gimmick, doesn't it? It's those D-pad barrels. Yeah. Well, you know, the fact that I didn't remember them maybe indicates that they don't quite assert themselves in an obstructive way. Obstructive? I don't know. Disruptive? Fill in the appropriate adjective. Oof, damn. This may be another one whose bonus level it's easy to forget. I think there is... At one point, I will need to blow up one of these kind of walls with a barrel, I think. But it's I think it's one that's off the beaten path a bit, so we'll see how I do. Oh, come on. Come on. Died with the DK barrel in my hands. That's not too bad. Reminds me of one of those, I think it was it Vulture Culture in the first game? It was a forest level, and you have to, you're on a vine that's moving left and right outside of your control, but you have to jump up and down and kind of anticipate where these zingers and neckies are going to appear. This is sort of like that. Alright, just trying to hit him on the right frame. Oh, no, 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 no. Is this it? I feel like this might be where that... But no, there's no way in. Getting concerned about the bonus stage. So yeah, you have to kind of anticipate. They won't always have bananas there, so you really have to figure out the best route to take. Is it here? Go, Dixie, go! Oh no, maybe it's up there. Okay. Alright, easy enough. Ugh, oh, going a little wonky there. Okay. And they make these ones go extra slow here at the end. So that if you do have to wait for them, you do so at your peril. That was pretty close. Come on, 2 lives. Let's have it. All right. All that stands between us and Crocodile Core is animal antics. Animal Antics, of course, really celebrates the,
Scurvy chimps ahoy! Come on, you yellow bellies! Try and cross Clubber's Bridge without paying! I dare ye!
Well, alright.
You taste me club if you don't get some more! Yahar! 'Tis the flea-ridden gorillas again! Play the toll or you'll suffer aplenty, I promise you. You step this way, friends. I've polished the bridge just for you.
Yeah, we had that one last time. Animal Antics it is. So this first section with Ramby, there's a trick to it. And we're done. I love, however, that the animals carry over from section to section. So even though this is Even though this is On Guard's portion, you know, we're playing as Rambi until we turn into On Guard. Which should be happening shortly. Rare, of course, never wants to pass up an opportunity for flagrant self-promotion, as seen here. Presciently repurposing their 2002 logo. Oh, come on. God, I hate that. Can't trust anything. Okay. If I can get through Animal Antics without dying, I will be so smugly pleased with myself. I'm taking it a little more carefully than I normally would. Oh, come on. What the hell? Wow. Like a weird control delay. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us, whatever it was. Oh, thought I would have got him. That's okay. No matter. What is mine? No matter. What is matter? Never mind. Alright, so since this is a Lost World stage, this is the one time we will really need to worry about a bonus level. So from this point on, it's all about just surviving. Provided, of course, I can survive this bonus level. And right there, if you're down to the wire, it does take about 3 seconds to transform from one animal to the other. So you can let the timer run out while you're waiting to transform into Squitter. All right. It's difficult to see the webs against these clouds sometimes, but I really love the fact that, well, I mean, it was probably a requirement of the fact that this level is windy, so they need these leaves in the front, but I really like how open it is. You know, we're just in the sky now. There's not even that backdrop of more and more brambles. It really adds to the misplaced serenity of this brambly section. All right, so possibly the most notorious part of Animal Antics is this, which isn't that difficult, to be honest, if you just take it slowly, as I was about to not do. In the vertical sections, I don't care about that N. In the vertical sections, it's really more about just going back and forth against the wind. But here, a little cheat you can do if you just don't feel like messing with it, and you don't have the barrel axe code on. Just fly through those flitters and pick up the DK barrel on the other side. Gotta get a bit of distance there so we can arc the egg into that zinger. Oh, almost. Okay. And in a lot of cases, it's easier to actually get through this if you're going against the wind. You can kind of manage your manage your progression a little better. But, okay. Hopefully we'll pick up a DK barrel on the other side. Okay. Of course, Ratley can jump on top of these dudes. Not the spikes, though. Are they really not giving us a DK barrel? Ugh. This is why you don't say those things out loud. Just get out of the way of all that nonsense. We've already gotten the bonus level, so I needn't to deal with that again. Okay. Yikes. Okay. Trying to be careful here. Apologies for the silence. Ah. Ah! That escalated quickly. Oh, I don't think the game wanted me to go this way. Camera's getting a bit confused. There it goes. It's like you can go into this with best laid plans of, you know, taking your time and but like the saying of parrots and men, really depends on exactly where you are when that wind decides to turn the opposite direction. Yeah, probably best just to let the wind carry me, rather than move myself. Yeah, that's actually a decent tactic. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Damn, I really could have used that extra hit. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. That is it, folks. Don't care. I'll take it. All right, so the core has opened. A full render of this section was featured in, I believe, the official player's guide, but, you know, obviously this is a rendered scene that they kind of de-resed for, down-resed for use in game, but the full thing is really astonishing to see. I think we have it on the DK Vine art gallery, but it's certainly on DKC Atlas's. I also like the symbols in the background. If you look at that spire there, should have done Dixie. You know, I guess that is an ancient Kremling language, because this is the source of the Kremlings, you know? This can be done with Diddy, but it's tough. Here we go. Originally, this was going to be a battle against Klubba, and it was going to take the form of the cudgel battle that we have in Krem Key. I think they wisely opted to make Rool still the big baddie of the game. But that's it. Time! Donkey Kong Country 2 is complete.
Nice going, kid. I reckon only a true video game hero would have finished it all.
Miserable dump.
Let's see if you've improved your hero status, shall we? I'm not afraid to admit it, Diddy, my boy. Even I was wrong occasionally. You're as big a hero as they come. You must take after me and Donkey. Well done.
That is just an absolutely beautiful scene. Completely unexpected. You know, you go through the game playing as these sprites that, yeah, they do look 3D, but you forget that, you know, it's a living, breathing world when you're moving in 2 dimensions. And this just solidifies that. It really shows you the scale of the adventure that you just completed. I absolutely love it. The sea foam in the foreground, everything about this. Dixie's hair. This is such a simple reward, and yet so worth it. Fantastic. Well, that's Donkey Kong Country 2. Thank you for sticking around, everyone. Phoenix Flame, DJ Justin, Cameron Regal, Chris Alcock, of course, Shogun of Truth. Who else do we have in there? Malik. Hey, it's Malik. Yeah, Matt Corna. Kev, Sammy, yeah, thanks to all of you for hanging around. Really appreciate it. This one was a bit longer than anticipated. 10:30 to after 11. Yeah, what, two and a half hours? A little over that. It was a long one. Thanks for sticking with it. I really appreciate it. As always, check out DK Vine on Patreon, dkvine.com/Patreon, or patreon.com/DKVine. Lots of rewards. This one is one of those milestones that was brought to you by our patrons. Really appreciate it, and I'll be hanging out in the chat for a few minutes afterwards. So I'll be talking to you guys then. Thanks, everyone. Next week, we probably will be finishing Donkey Kong Country, so stay tuned.